Hello, I'm Casino Heist, and this is what my voice sounds like. We're back here in Momodora, and we just got finished beating Lubella, the Witch of Decay, and oh, we're already under attack. Actually, I'd forgotten that guy pops up behind you, but it makes me glad I hung back. Ooh. Yeah, this is one thing the game gets particularly good at is these challenging enemy arrangements. Like, none of those enemies are particularly difficult on their own, but when they gang up on you like that, they're trouble. Oh, and who's this? What are you looking at? I'm human, like you. You don't seem very capable of protecting yourself. Take my word and look for shelter. My name is Kath. I'm a knightess in service of the kingdom. So you're a priestess from Lun, and you're seeking the Queen's aid? Ha ha ha. You think she has any interest in your little village? Well, here's some bad news. I've heard rumors of an undead witch lurking around. Progressing deeper into the city is very risky. If you are adamant about meeting with the Queen, my advice only goes so far. No one wants to be in this forsaken city any longer. Our entire kingdom feels like a grave. The death count keeps going up daily. I don't have much left other than the memory of my sister, Catherine. Okay. So I like that she warns you about the undead witch right after you fight her. You know, just like because she thinks you can't defend yourself, you know, and she warns you about this danger that you've already defeated. That's a nice touch. Let's see, is that destructible? Yeah. Oop. Okay. Just barely managed to... Oh. Fell in the water. Now we have this. Magnet Stone. And those guys wind up their attack really quickly. Whoa. Got some weird flashes in the game there. I'll probably edit those out just because I'm worried they would be harmful to anyone with like epilepsy or something. Anyway, okay, so yeah, we just picked up the Magnet Stone, and I'm going to equip that. It's it's a peculiar rock rarely found on the surface, and it attracts money. So, yeah, anytime... Yeah, it even sucks up money from under the water. So yeah, anytime money appears on the screen, the Magnet Stone will suck it up if you stay on screen long enough. There's some blood on the floor up there. I hope nothing happens. Oh no! Something happened. Ooh, yikes. Just, even when he's not swinging it, touching his sword is dangerous. You can stagger him. Oh, and why don't I try out the Bachman patch? See, so it summons several Bach blocks. An absolutely tasteless object. Belonged to Mocha, the demon servant of the undead witch Lubella. So yeah, after he gets done with this attack, I'll wind up my own. It's pretty powerful. It's not clear exactly how powerful, since this guy doesn't have a life meter, but it's pretty strong. You know, basically it spawns that a bunch of blocks above you and then kind of shoots them downwards in a diagonal pattern. And if you aim it correctly, a bunch of those blocks can hit the enemy and end up doing a lot of damage. So that guy was kind of a mini-boss because he is because he doesn't have a life meter, like he doesn't count as one of the bosses that you have to beat without taking damage in order to get an item. Yeah, so yeah, there's no item to be gotten by beating him without damage, so I didn't bother. I'm not scared. Yeah, she's not afraid. Cool, good for her. See, and this door was closed before, but now it's broken, looks like. And there's some blood on the floor where that weeping woman used to be. So that's what's known as environmental storytelling, and it is the finest art. So for whatever reason, when you create some change in the environment like this, it doesn't just stay there. Like this block that raises up, like every time you enter this screen, it just raises up again. Alright, we've got some switches to hit around here. Oop. Ah. There, that should do it. No? Didn't get it? Ugh, man. You know what? I give up. I'm done with Momodora. Ah, there we go. So, that creates a little rolling ball. You'd think that maybe the ball would hurt you if it hit you while it's rolling, but it doesn't. So yeah, there's another type of sorceress that creates that effect on the ground, and if you're standing on top of it, it hurts you. And here's a little windmill thing, and when we inspect it, Kaho says she needs a box. Why do we need a box? Why does Kaho know she needs a box? It's not clear. This door's locked. The royal court has been ignoring us citizens ever since this kingdom fell to a curse. If you want to stay safe, don't leave outside. Well, there's plenty of monsters indoors, so... Oh, here's another person. Don't come any closer. Oh well, you seem sane enough. You are a priestess seeking an audience with the royal court? In the present state, reaching the castle is highly difficult. You won't find help easily in this city, but my master might be able to guide you. She lives inside this city's monastery, surrounded by cats. Sounds like a cool lady. Have you seen the people of this city? Everything is lost. Fear destroys our minds. Stay safe. And my master might be able to guide you. Okay. And here's the monastery. The Forlorn Monastery. A neophyte? Do you seek salvation? You can achieve salvation from eternal damnation by donating to Saint Esselin. A recommendation of at least 15 monies is needed for that. So there doesn't seem to be any benefit to giving this person money. May the Lord have mercy on you. And there's some lore evidence that Saint Esselin is bad, although there's no downside to giving them money either, aside from losing the money you give them. We are a small minority now that Her Highness propagated her destruction. Most of the population has lost faith in the gods. She's to blame for all that is wrong right now. Here's a shorter woman. Saint Esselin is absolute. His wish reigns supreme. You are safe here with us. It's true, this room is safe. Could just stay here indefinitely. And here's another bell. Oh, personnel only. Alright, so I'm not supposed to be back here. Because there's cursed skulls. Nope. Oop. So yeah, they leave behind curse smoke, which is a little bit of a pain. Oh, and these, ooh. Not sure where that attack is coming from. But, yeah, these barrels explode. So it's best to be careful around them. Oh. Okay, and now that my curse is gone, I'm going to casually stroll across this bridge. And the magnet stone will suck up all that money. Ooh, and here's a merchant as well. So, the fairy tier. Yeah, again, I don't really feel compelled to pick that up. And might as well make a trip over here. No. Ugh. I don't really care that much about killing that guy. Shouldn't have bothered. Anyway, this is where we're trying to get to. It's that guy's master, surrounded by cats. If it isn't an unfamiliar face to this monastery. A devout from Lun, I see. You can call me Cotillard. Oh, you have met with Paramal? KKK. I don't feel great about that. Such innocence. So, you were concerned about your homeland. Indeed, the darkness assaulting your people hails from here. Our queen has become possessed by a malevolent greed. She's the one responsible for many casualties, not only here, but in other lands, too. Kiki. Yeah, feel better about that one. Perhaps you should head to the castle. Just don't expect kindness from those who live there. You'll have to find the way on your own. Here, this should help you a bit. The monastery key. Be careful. It's only been a year since all this started, but most of our population is completely degenerated. Let's talk to her again, see if she's got anything else to say. This area has been declared forbidden by the nobility, so it's refreshing to see an outsider. Perhaps you should head to the castle. Just don't expect time. Yeah, she said that already. Have to find the way on your own. Okay, so we got the monastery key. Opens the doors of the upper floor of the Esalen convent. The convent and its annexes have been abandoned since they fell to the queen's uncontrollable dark sorcery. So that's going to help us more than a little bit because it is a necessary item for completing the game. But we're not going to the monastery just yet. This door is sealed with a mysterious power. The monastery is home to a challenging boss who we're not really ready for. Nice. What we are ready for is a health upgrade. Ooh, nice. Yeah, so, having the magnet stone in addition to the astral charm, which increases the amount of money enemies drop, is very good for your finances. And this room is even better because these enemies just they're enemies of a sort, and they're hazards, and they just hurl themselves onto the spikes and die, and you pick up the money for yourself. And I am going to go back and forth just a few more times and farm a little more money, because there is something I want to buy later on that costs 700 money. And this is also the perfect place to farm money if you're on a pacifist run, because those blocks hurling themselves onto the spikes, they don't count as you killing an enemy. Nor should they. Alright, so up here is the monastery, including the boss of the monastery, who I will not be fighting at this moment, because she's pretty challenging, and there are some other items I'd like to pick up first in order to make it a little easier on myself. Ooh. Who's that? So yeah, in a few places there are exploding barrels placed in convenient spots. Oof, yikes. Oh boy. So yeah, this guy is, I would say not quite a mini-boss, but a tougher opponent than most. And he gives us the Tainted Missive. Well, the Tainted Missive was just kind of lying at his feet. We could have picked it up without killing him, but, you know. Okay, so, temporarily increases attack by 100% at the cost of HP. This is very useful. See, the followers of Esselin preach forgiveness, but their thoughts are spiteful and filled with hatred. So yeah, the Tainted Missive is going to serve us well. These stairs cannot be climbed. You have to jump from platform to platform in order to ring this bell. And that's all that's over here. You'd think there would be more, maybe. Anyway, so the big guy over here doesn't respawn. And we got what we came for. Oop! Almost bashed that exploding barrel with a leaf, which, as you might expected, would have made it explode in my face. Not fatally, but would have been a hassle to deal with. Anyway, now we're off to somewhere else entirely. First ring the bell. Not sure why this room is here. Anything over here? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, so this room is, when you're coming this way, there's nothing particularly challenging about this room. But if I were coming the other way, and I stepped on this difficult to notice switch right here, if I'd kept walking forward, I would have been imperiled. Anyway, let's see, can you sharp-eyed viewers find the ivory bug on this screen? The answer is no, you can't, because it's hidden in here. That's one of the hidden things that would be entirely unfair to the player if the Ring of Candor, which makes a noise when you're near something secret, weren't part of the game. But when you include an item like that in your game, it's fine to have things that are very, super well hidden. Anyway, what's up there is a bit of a dead end, so we won't be going there right now. Instead, we'll be descending deeper into the Cinder Chambers. Can you see the ivory bug in this room? Again, the answer is no, because it's up here. Wait, up there. Alright. And we'll explore a little bit up here. Ooh, this guy. Oop. So yeah, he sometimes drops his lantern, which leaves behind flames, which you can blow out with your leaf. Oop, stepped on a switch. Danger. Yeah, so there's no particular reason to go over there. You can drop into it from this room from above, but that's if you come at this place through a different passageway. Let's see, and there's a shop over here. See the red ring. Yeah, it restores a small amount of HP per kill, but enemies won't drop money. That's and the Ring of Candor is on sale for $350, which is less than it was being sold for in in the first room of Karstown, or by the first save point anyway. But I don't need it. Oop. So yeah, that guy sometimes drops his lantern and sometimes doesn't, and I'm not sure what determines that particular behavior. Yeah, like that time it didn't happen. I don't think I'm doing anything differently. Hey, it's this guy again. It's the bug I didn't kill. Do you want to buy? So, this guy has drilling arrows, the Ring of Candor at the lowest price you'll find it for, and an impurity flask. I'm going to go ahead and pick up all of these. Arrows pierce through enemies. It's nice to have. Impurity Flask restores HP whenever user is poisoned. So basically that turns poison into HP regeneration instead of damage. And let's take a look at those items. Drilling arrows, yeah, special type of arrow used by the archery of Karst. And yeah, so arrows retain their attack power, but they go straight through enemies and hit the enemies on the other side, which is especially useful for, you know, certain areas that are packed tightly with enemies. And to the Impurity Flask, dreadful liquid produced by Tor, the slumbering doctor. Its aroma, though deadly, has charmed many unfortunate souls. So yeah, now, as you might imagine, if you pair the Impurity Flask with Idea's Pearl, which, you know, gives your arrows the poison effect, then you can poison yourself, and in doing so, heal yourself. So it gives you, the Impurity Flask gives you infinite HP regeneration. Ooh, this is a black chest. What sort of secrets does the black chest hold? Ah, of course. You know, you can't be a Dark Souls-inspired game and not have a mimic in there somewhere. Alright. So, I'm going to perch up here, and I'm going to, equip and use a Tainted Missive. Takes off about 25% of my health, I think. And we're in a boss fight. Kath has already done some of the work for us. Ooh. As you can see, the heretical arsonist started the battle at not even at full health. Oh, yikes. Oh, and yeah, I should have detonated those barrels beforehand. Ah, well. I suppose it's time to reload the fight then, because there is a benefit, there is a prize for beating this one, like most of them, without taking any damage. Now, using the Tainted Missive on yourself, it will count as damage if you do it after the fight starts, but if you do it before the fight starts, you're just fine. Ah. Well, that's fine. And I suppose I might as well optimize my equipment for the boss fight. Might as well equip the Impurity Flask just in case I poison myself. Well, I don't plan on it. I don't see why I would. So, get down here. Use that. Get rid of these. Let's see. Ooh. Okay. And that softened her up a little bit. So using the Bachman patch is a little risky because it does force you to stand still for a little while, leaving you vulnerable. Okay, yeah, and it's safe to jump over the Heretical Arsonist after those pillars of fire disappear. If you do it beforehand, you will get hit. Oh boy. Oof. Yeah. So that can create a risky situation. It's better. You can force those attacks she throws to detonate close to each other. But if you run away, they'll detonate far away from each other, which creates a large patch of fire on the ground, which is difficult to get around. But anyway, we beat her, and we're in good shape. Thank you for your assistance. Are you hurt? It's my first time seeing a sacred leaf in action. Certainly an interesting way of fending off enemies. Well, I didn't actually use the sacred leaf in this fight, but thanks for saying so, I guess. Not really a compliment, but since you're around, perhaps you'll hear me out. Yes, good. I've suspected something was amiss up there at the castle. The queen I once served was noble and caring, but now she's turned into a morbid figure. Anything under her direct control is lost, so I've deserted her order of knights. Here's my proposal. Taking down the queen. You mentioned her curse has reached your homeland. Should you choose to side with me, you're going to need a special crest. It was split into 4 pieces. One of its fragments should be around here. Once you have the 4 parts, head to the locked door at the entrance of the city. It seems we don't have many alternatives. We have to behead the lovely queen. Should you choose to side? Yeah, okay. Anyway, one of its pieces is indeed very close by, but first, the pocket incensory. So, yeah, this adds flame damage to your attacks, both the leaf and the arrows. It is an enchanted container filled with charcoal and incense. And, let's see, its effects are not immediately apparent if you don't actually hit an enemy with them. But, what it does... Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, it puts up a little trail of fire there. So it increases your damage and also makes it easier to stagger enemies. It also makes it easier for your arrows to stagger enemies. They'll knock enemies back even when they wouldn't have been normally knocked back by arrows, which can be very useful. Anyway, here's the first part of the crest. Its essence grants you the ability to dodge mid-air. Yes, this is wonderful. This is something. This makes the game really feel complete. And you know, I think you particularly feel it because the previous fight, the one you complete before getting this crest, is one where this ability would have been very useful. You know, the ability to extend your jump over enemies and also to gain invincibility frames mid-air is just so good. And its absence, the fact that we didn't have it before, is why we didn't fight the boss in the monastery up until now. Because I would have no hope of beating that boss without taking damage if I didn't have this crest piece. So now that we're a little better equipped, I don't know that we're going to go for the monastery quite yet, but this is this is a good place, I think, to end the third episode. So, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, like and comment if you like what you saw, and I'll see you next time.